You can see how the invisible zip is truly looking invisible. It looks just like a seam line. So if you want to know how I did this without an invisible zip footer, make sure to keep watching. Hi guys, welcome to Thela Fashion. So I'm going to be showing you how to fix an invisible zip onto fabric using a manual sewing machine or without the invisible zip footer. So I have my invisible zip with me here, and this is the front. This is the part you'll be seeing when you are done sewing, and I have the back, which has the visible teeth. So the trick to make the zip as invisible as possible after sewing is to sew as close as possible to the teeth of the zip. And for the invisible zip, it's not just sewing close but underneath the teeth. And I'm just going to show you how. So now I'm just going to place my zip onto the fabric and flip it over to make sure that I can see the teeth of the zip. Another thing I'm going to make sure of is that my placement of the zip should match the zip allowance that I took while cutting out the fabric. And I'm also going to make sure that the stopper of the zip is directly at the edge of the fabric. So the stopper of the zip should start at the edge of the fabric. So while looking at the zip, you would see that you can move the teeth of the zip to the side, and that is what we want to do. You want to use your fingers to move the teeth of the zip to the side, and this is like the most important step because it's going to make the seam line as close as possible to the teeth of the zip. So while sewing, you want to use your finger to just move the teeth of the zip to the side and just sew very close to it. To make the whole sewing process easier, you could just use pins to hold the zip in place while you sew. And you can see I'm just doing what I explained earlier, just using my finger to move the teeth of the zip to the side to just sew on the little space that I have there to make the stitch as close as possible to the teeth of the zip. And I'm just going to sew till I get to the edge there, and then I'll do the same thing for the other side. You can already see how close it is. It is very close to the teeth, and this is what we want to achieve. Another thing I want you to take note of is whenever you're sewing, you have to make sure that the teeth of the zip is on the same side as the left side of the footer. And just because the left side of the footer is going to help you hold it in place. So for the little area that we didn't sew at the bottom there because of the head of the zip, I'm just going to close up the zip and flip it over and sew that area, but it just won't be as tight as the rest of the zip. So this is what I have now. This is the final product, and you can see that even when I stretch out the fabric, you could still hardly see the zip. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I hope it was helpful, and if it was, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a like, leave a comment, turn on your post notifications. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.